From Creamer Media in Johannesburg, this is the Real Economy Report. Building materials producer Lafarge recently introduced a new porous concrete to the stormwater and drainage markets. Schalk Burger has the story.
Cement producer Lafarge has released a new porous concrete that enables water to drain through it, allowing runoff water to seep back into the water table or evaporate. The product does not form an impermeable layer at the bottom of the concrete owing to the use of paste cement that forms layers around the aggregate, ensuring open paths for the water to drain through. Hydromedia can be used in sports courts, in parking lots, in parks and on sidewalks to prevent the accumulation of stormwater, which can lead to flooding. Lafarge Ready Mix National Marketing Manager Neville Wern tells Engineering News about the applications of the company's porous hydromedia concrete in urban areas to return stormwater to ground tables.
There are a lot of areas that are paved in impermeable paving, and basically the water has nowhere to go. So what happens is this is a porous concrete, pervious concrete, where water flows directly back into the earth. Some of the uses for hydromedia would be in parking lots, parking areas, driveways, around swimming pools, sports courts, astroturfs, and that sort of thing, and not high traffic roads, not heavy truck vehicles that go across it, and basically where you're going to need drainage systems working in conjunction with the hydromedia. Allows architects to not only have a durable surface, but it can be aesthetically pleasing, it is easy to place, and also that you can also design for harvesting of water, and which is really an advantage for the engineers.
Other news making headlines this week: South Africa's beneficiation policy dialogue is too narrowly framed. South Africa needs to relieve supply chain constraints, and an economist argues that there's a strong economic case for lifting the shale exploration ban. South Africa's beneficiation policy discussions were currently too narrowly framed and should be broadened to recognise the inextricable link between the exploration of the country's high-quality mineral resources and the desire to stimulate a reindustrialisation of the economy.
We think beneficiation should be conceptualised and, from a policy point of view, seen in a different context. We should see extraction and mining at the centre of mining activities. Before it and after it, there are opportunities for industrialization. And therefore, it's the total related industries and multiplier effect that should be considered for the reindustrialization and mineral beneficiation of South Africa.
Research undertaken by logistics group Barlow World Logistics reveals the possibility that South Africa may soon lose its role as the world's gateway to Africa if it doesn't respond to rising competition from other African countries.
Obviously, we also have some challenges facing our supply chain and operating in South Africa. The cost of doing business is reported widely. And we've seen a drop in our rating in the World Bank study of global competitiveness. So the cost of doing business and specifically around the cost in supply chain, the cost of transport. The material macroeconomic, energy security and employment benefits that could potentially flow from developing the Southern Karoo's shale gas resources offered a compelling case for government to consider lifting the current ban on exploration, a leading South African economist argues.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a lot of money, it's a lot of jobs, and as such, I believe that the macroeconomic modeling indicates very firmly to us that we need to think twice about simply dismissing the potential of the Karoo gas.
That's Creamer Media's Real Economy Report. Join us again next week for more news and insight into South Africa's real economy.